Philadelphia isn't just a great food city, it's one of the best in the entire country. We're talking about a place where food is part of the culture, part of the identity, and it's part of what makes living here so special. Now, I'm sure everybody knows cheesesteaks, water ice, pretzels. And don't get me wrong, those are some of the most iconic Philly staples. But if you think that's all that the city has to offer, you're gonna be seriously missing out. There's gonna be spots in South Philly, Center City, and even out in the suburbs outside of the city limits that give you some of the most unique and unforgettable dining experiences in the world. In this video, I'm gonna break down the 8 restaurants that you absolutely need to try in and around the Philadelphia area. I'm gonna talk about century-old Italian family spots. I'm gonna talk about a steakhouse that takes luxury to a whole nother level. And then I've even got some suburban gems that locals are going to swear by. I even got a brewery at the end of the video that you're never going to expect. So if that's something that you're into, you're definitely gonna wanna check that out. Draft beers, local beers. That's gonna be a good one for you to check out towards the end of the video. And whether you're new to Philly, you're planning a trip here, or even if you've lived here for your entire life, and you just want to level up your food game, this list is going to give you some of the most current and fresh ideas that are out there today. And personal note, I have not been to all of these spots. I've been to most of them, probably about half of them, 4 or 5 of them out of the 8 I've been to. But there are still 2 or 3 that just through research and through talking to people, I have decided that they've made the list. So I'm excited to try out some of these restaurants as well, the places that I haven't tried. And I would love to know your comments. If you guys have already been to these restaurants, if you watch this video and then you go check out these restaurants, would love to know how it is, what you order, you know, commute times, whatever it is. Would love to know your experience when you go to some of these places. And don't quote me, I'm not a professional. I don't know, you know, this was through my opinion, some research, asking local people and friends and family what their favorite spots were. And this is how we came up with it. So let's get into the video. All right, let's look at the first one here. To kick things off, we're gonna start with a legend, something super iconic. First up, we've got Ralph's Italian. We're gonna come in with the banger, the big one. This is a legendary spot, super iconic. It's in South Philly off 9th and Catherine Streets in the Italian market. Ralph's Italian, it's not just another Italian restaurant. It's going to be a piece of history, and it's the oldest Italian restaurant in America, still owned and operated by the same family. It's been over 120 years. They've got the same recipes, the same traditions. All the stories have been passed down through the generations, and you're gonna taste that in every single bite, in every conversation you have there, in every wall and perspective you've got there. You're gonna feel that piece of history. And when you walk in there, it's gonna be like stepping into a time capsule. The walls are gonna be filled with family photos and memorabilia. You're gonna have the dining room that's very warm lighting, you know, older finishes and interior designs. And then the minute your plate hits the table, you're looking at your food, you're looking at the display, you know that it's going to be something special. And of course, you're gonna have some classic dishes here at Ralph's. Some of the classic dishes are gonna be the veal parmesan, the meatballs, even the red sauce that's been crafted for over a century long with the recipes and whatever it is. So those are gonna be 3 things that are super popular to order if you go there. And I'm curious if you do go there, if you're planning to go there, maybe comment down below, is there anything out of those 3 that you guys would order or that you've already had before? Would love to get your thoughts. The people watching would probably appreciate that feedback as well. And what really makes dining at Ralph's so special is going to be part of that history. Just feel that, you know, that you're being a part of history. You can feel the birthdays, the anniversaries, the countless Sunday dinners that people throughout the generations have celebrated here. And it's not just gonna be about the food. Of course, the food is amazing, but it's gonna be part of building that story that stretches back over a century long, all right here in South Philly. Next up, sticking in South Philly, we're gonna go to Angelo's in South Philly. It's gonna be tucked right into South Philly on 9th Street, so it's not gonna be too far from Ralph's. It's going to be probably the greatest cheesesteak spot that you can go in the city. You're gonna see a line, I'm not kidding with you, you're gonna see a line wrapped around the block 90% of the time, right? 9 times out of 10 when you go there, there's gonna be a very long line. It's not gonna be a big flashy place, right? You can't even walk inside. There is a little order window, an order window and a pickup window. So when you see the line wrapping around the block, you're not gonna really probably know even what it's for. You're not gonna see big signs. You're not gonna see loud music. It's really just gonna be a line down a block that you're gonna be wondering what they're waiting for. It is located inside a neighborhood, so there's gonna be a lot of residential area around. There's a little park, so after you order, there's about a 45-minute, typically there's about a 30 to 45-minute pickup time or wait time from the time that you order. So you can go and walk around the park, take the dog. That's what we do a lot of the time. Is you can't call ahead and order either. You have to order at the window. But also, so you know, it is cash only. They do have an ATM on site, so if you do need to take out cash, you can do that there. There's no reservations, right? There's no ordering ahead. You can't even eat inside there. So it's really just first come, first serve. And actually, they make their bread, the cheesesteaks, they make their bread fresh every single day. That's one of the special parts about going there, one of the unique things that they do. And on busy days, if you know there's an Eagles game, a Phillies game, if there's a concert, there's been times where they shut down the street that it sits on and there's big fairs. Whatever the reason is, they sell out of bread before they close. They typically close at about 6, 7 o'clock. If they run out of bread before then, they're just out for the day. They're not gonna make more bread. They're not gonna find an alternative option to take its spot. They'll just pack up shop. They'll sell pizzas, but they're not gonna sell cheesesteaks anymore or go make more bread or do anything like that. So it's really first come, first serve. The early bird gets the worm. The menu is gonna be pretty simple. Of course, the pizza is one of the stars of the show. It's gonna be very thin, it's gonna be a crispy cut, very little chew in the middle, very little flop as well, good amount of sauce. So it's gonna be a very good pizza. And honestly, for me, I'm a pizza and cheesesteak snob. I go everywhere in the city. I've been to Jim's, Pat's, Gino's, those are big tourist spots. Steve's, I've been to Del Sandra's, I've been to every spot. Tony Luke's, I've been to almost every cheesesteak spot, at least that I've been aware of. And I compare cheesesteaks and I compare pizzas, and Angelo's for me is easily the #1. It's easily my favorite spot for cheesesteaks, easily my favorite spot for pizzas throughout the entire city. So I could be giving you a little bit of a biased perspective here on the pizza, but it's some of the best. Seriously, some of the best in the entire city in New York, compared to New Jersey. Here at Angelo's, they're gonna do square pies, Sicilian pies, they're gonna do round pies, and they'll even do some specialty options seasonally or upon request, just to kind of switch things up. No matter what you pick, a Sicilian, a circle, some toppings, you could just rest assured it's gonna be one of the best, probably the best in the entire city. And it's interesting, as I was doing some research for this and, you know, putting some things together and just asking some people and you know, doing my thing, a lot of people knew Angelo's for the pizza, which was very interesting because a lot of times, we were just talking about this a little bit ago, Angelo's is known for their cheesesteaks. Their bread, especially their seeded roll, they make it in-house. They only make a certain number every day. It's some of the best toasted. It's seriously the best in the entire city. The steak is cut perfectly. So, you know, personally, I knew them from cheesesteaks. I feel like that's originally how I thought a lot of knew them from. But it sounds like their pizza has been making some pretty big headlines. To say the least, their cheesesteaks are some of the best in the city. I think it's the best in the city. Forget Pat's and Gino's, forget Del Sandra's or Tony Luke's. The debate is going to end once you try this. All right, now let's step out of South Philly and let's head over to Rittenhouse Square. Here, we're gonna have Barclay Prime. It's gonna be tucked right into Rittenhouse Square. It's gonna be one of Philly's most iconic steakhouses. From the moment you step inside, you know that it's not just going to be a dinner, but it's going to be an entire experience. You're gonna have plush velvet chairs, you're gonna have a crystal chandelier, remarkable touches, finishes. It's gonna have a very old school class with some modern twists. The star of the show, of course, is going to be the steak. You're gonna have prime cuts, they're gonna be perfectly aged, they're gonna be cooked well, of course, by top chefs in the area. But it's not just gonna be about the steak, it's gonna be about the details in the meal as well. You're gonna have some sides that are just absolutely amazing. You're gonna have truffle mac and cheese, duck fat fries, you're gonna have creamed spinach. If you're a big wine drinker, it's gonna be one of the best wine menus in the entire city, and the service is just gonna make you feel absolutely amazing. And there is a $140 cheesesteak. Forget Angelo's, right? You've got the Barclay Prime cheesesteak. It's gonna come with Wagyu beef. You're gonna have foie gras. You're gonna have truffled cheese whiz, caramelized onions. All of this is gonna be tucked into a sesame seed roll. So if that's something that you're into, you can try it out here. It's probably only something that's limited to Philly here. I doubt that they have this in other locations. So that could be something that you try out if you stop by there. And it's definitely over the top, but maybe that's a reason why people just have to try it at least once. I don't know, I'm curious, would you try that? Maybe you've got a group of friends, you guys could all divvy it up to where it comes out to a couple bucks a person. I wonder how large it is. $140 cheesesteak. I wonder if it's a regular size cheesesteak or if it's a little bit larger. I'll have to throw up a picture or look for something online and see. That's super interesting. And this is definitely going to be a spot that you save for anniversaries, milestone birthdays, promotions, even just celebrating some big wins, you know, in life or in business. But even if you go on a random Tuesday, you're going to walk in, it's going to be a night to remember, and they're going to treat you really, really well. Next up, we've got Zahav in Old City. This is one of the ones that I have not been to yet. But apparently, talking to a lot of people, doing a lot of research, this was one that could not make the list. It's going to be a crown jewel when it comes to Israeli and Middle Eastern dining and cuisine. You're going to have Chef Michael Solomonov. He's turned this spot into a national name, it sounds like. You've got, he's won multiple James Beard Award under his belt, so he's a top-of-the-line chef, a 5-star chef. And people say that when you taste his food, you're gonna understand exactly why it gets the recognition it does. You're gonna have a very warm and inviting atmosphere here. It's also gonna be buzzing with some energy, so you're definitely gonna have, and then as soon as you walk in, you're gonna get the smell of fresh baked bread. People rave about these silky hummus. They say that you're never gonna look at hummus again after you try that. So that's definitely gonna be something that you have to try. You've got a pomegranate glazed lamb shoulder, also super, super iconic to order as well. It's gonna be slow cooked, melt off the bone. And a lot of people like to pair that with small plates, sides of falafel. You've got crispy saladum. And if you did want to have dinner here, this isn't gonna be the place that you could just walk in and grab a reservation. A lot of times reservations are gonna be booked months in advance. So if this is on your list, plan ahead, you know, call, do what you have to do, set an alarm, but it's gonna be worth the wait, no question. Going to Bucks County, we've got Caleb's American Kitchen. This is just gonna be steps away from Peddler's Village. We've got some other videos up about that. So you're gonna have all of that convenience, all of that shopping, dining, retail space to do if you did wanna go to dinner here. And this will be a great spot, whether you're grabbing a brunch with friends, you even wanna sit down for a special dinner at night. This is gonna definitely be a flexible area or flexible space that you could do that. The menu is gonna be built around seasonal ingredients, so it's always gonna be fresh, it's always gonna be thoughtfully crafted out. You're gonna find some American favorites, burgers, sandwiches, seafood, steaks, and everything's gonna have a creative twist to the menu. They're gonna have popular brunch offerings as well, French toast, omelets, and then the dinner is definitely gonna be a lot heartier, chef-driven plate. You're gonna have pretty good service without being too overbearing, and the prices are gonna start at a pretty good, reasonable price, especially for the quality, the value, and the location in which you're at. This would be a great spot if you go to Peddler's Village or Bucks County for the day, and you need a good spot to eat, lunch, dinner, something that's affordable, it's not too fancy, got a wide range of options. This could be a really good choice. Staying in Bucks County in Yardley, actually, you're gonna have Vault Brewing Company. Vault Brewing is gonna be one of the most unique spots in Bucks County. It's gonna be housed in a repurposed historic bank. So the restaurant's gonna still have many of the original architectural features. You're gonna have high ceilings, you're gonna have vault doors, you're gonna have just character that you don't get in a typical brewery. It's gonna be a warm yet industrial vibe as well. So if you're into that, it's definitely gonna capture that. And then all of the beer is gonna be brewed in-house. They're gonna have a rotating tap list, so there's always something new to try there. You're gonna have lagers, you're gonna have IPAs, darker ones, richer styles, whatever it is. And what really sets the vault apart is how well the food complements the beer. Not just really good at beer or really good at food. And the wood fire flatbread is definitely gonna be something that you have to try if you check this place out. Heading to Montgomery County, Golf Mill specifically, we're gonna have Savona. Savona is gonna be considered one of the most premier fine dining places just outside of the city, and for a pretty good reason. It's gonna be located in a historic building with a pretty inviting atmosphere. You're gonna have a pretty good balance between elegance, approachable dining. You can have a special occasion here. You can have just an elevated date night out. It's gonna consistently deliver on whatever the occasion is. The menu is gonna have modern Italian and Mediterranean inspired dishes. You're gonna have handmade pastas, seafood, prime cuts of meat and steak, and everything's gonna be done with precision, seasonal ingredients, a chef-driven approach, very great customer service. And one of the biggest draws here is going to be the wine. Not just for the menu, for it being extensive and having many options, but the staff is going to be very knowledgeable as well in what wine tastes better with different foods and different pairings, which is just going to completely elevate that experience as well. And this place is not just going to be a restaurant, it's going to be a destination, a experience. People from Montgomery County, Chester County, from all over make the trip here, even from the city, Bucks County, They make the trip here because they know that the quality is going to be unmatched. So if you're looking for some fine dining, you're heading out of the city, this should definitely be a spot that's at the top of your list. Next up, we're going to have Blackfish. This is going to be located on Fayette Street in the heart of Conshohocken. Over the years, Blackfish has earned its reputation as one of the top BYOBs in the region. Blackfish is going to specialize in contemporary American cuisine. They're going to have a very strong emphasis on seafood. The star of the show here is going to be the chef's tasting menu, which is going to change daily. It's gonna be one of those rare spots where you just hand over the reins of the kitchen. The course is carefully thought out, it's a surprise, and it's always changing. The dishes are always gonna be refined, they're not gonna be the same, and the presentation is just going to unmatch like anything that you've seen before. And because it's BYOB, you can bring your favorite bottle of champagne, of wine, and enjoy the experience. It's just gonna make it that much more elevated and personal. Well, there you go. The 8 restaurants that stand out across the city, Bucks County, and Montgomery County that really show how diverse and exciting the dining scene is in the city. You're gonna have fine dining destinations, you're gonna have BYOBs, or even just neighborhood gyms that just completely elevate the experience. There's gonna be something on the list for every person, for every mood, and of course, every occasion. Now I'm curious from you, what's your go-to spot in the Philadelphia area? Did I miss a restaurant that deserves to be featured? Drop it in the comments below. I'm always on the lookout for new spots, and I would love to see what you guys are checking out and give it my review. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and check out my channel for more local insights, living in the Philadelphia area, buying a house in the Philadelphia area, real estate tips, whatever it is. And if you are planning to make a move to this area, you can reach out to me via text, call, email. I'll put my information up here on the screen. Would love to be a resource. I've lived in this area for my entire life. I've worked professionally now for the last 4 years now, and I've had the opportunity to help dozens of buyers, probably in a similar situation to what you're in right now, make that move. So I would love to be a resource. Call, text, email, would love to connect. And until next time, I will see you around the neighborhood.